I was decluttering my tarot deck collection and then suddenly a doorbell rang and then guess what? The Cosmic Slumber Tarot! So first off, before I say anything, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is a review copy, so I received it for free from the publisher Liminal 11. At the same time, even if they didn't give me a review copy of this, I was more than likely to get the mass market edition. This is actually the limited edition that they sent me, so I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much, Liminal 11. I really appreciate your gesture here. It's my first review copy of anything, so forgive me if I don't do it perfectly. I'm just going to do it my way as usual, and there has been no agreement with them or anything. They just gave me this as a review copy, but whatever I say later on, all my opinions, they're gonna be real, they're gonna be honest and authentic, like how I've always done any of my reviews or my walkthroughs. So I'm gonna start opening this up. And I really like the box. I think this is a custom box. Beautiful. I probably will keep it for storage.
3 hours later.
Finally opened, and oh gosh, the box is so pretty. So the box comes like this, and it opens up like that. Really nice, really nice. Placing this aside, and this is what it comes in. A big beautiful tin. ASMR. Okay, I'm gonna open this tin and show you guys what's inside. So a tip guys, if you ever get this limited edition, there is a indentation. Put your finger in it and you can just pull off the plastic easily. I'm gonna move the camera to show you guys what it looks like inside. So beautiful. Oh, it's signed by Tilly. I love her. I love her art. She has a beautiful graphic novel. But I'm really excited for this one. This is the tarot cloth. I probably will open it up and show you guys later. A beautiful velvet tarot case. Oh, it's embroidered. It feels really nice, guys. It feels really nice. And then, I've been looking forward to using this. Okay, I've moved it and look at how beautiful that is. This is so beautiful. Is that the Empress? I believe that's the Empress. Here is the little art book. These are the original sketches, original versions of the of some of the art. Look at the previous Empress being so fierce looking. Amazing. I will turn the camera around and show you guys soon everything because I think the lighting will be better, but I just want to show you how well it's packed. You can see that this is an insert which we can take out. I might take it out so I can put everything more easily back in, but the box, oh, beautiful. This feels like quite a hefty deck. Guys, I took out everything and everything looks great. I love this little screen. You can't really see it as beautiful as previously. If you've seen the past few minutes, the light coming through, this looks so beautiful from this angle. And I also showed you the little booklet where she shows her original drawings. Look at the original High Priestess. I would have loved it if there was more detail maybe about why she made some of these changes, but you know, some of it probably is just aesthetic. I'm gonna open up the tarot cloth now so you guys can have a look. This is pretty simple. It has the suits, I guess. This is the top. The coins, wands, cups, and swords. It has seams all over the edges, so that's really nice. Part of me wishes it was black with purple essence, but you know, that's just my preference, and I haven't actually looked at the deck at all, so I don't know if it goes well with black. Honestly, yeah, it is a white deck, so we'll see. Can't wait to use this. This is pretty. And I'm gonna open this up right now. What I really like about this box so far is that it's very well made. It is very hefty. So there is a sign of how to open this with the thumbtacks here. So there's a hint. I'm gonna try. I don't know if this is the right way to go about opening it. Okay, so the thumb things here, you pull it open like this, and then you again put your finger in the thumb thing and pull it out. So that's the inside box. And this is where you put the deck. There is a cardboard insert here to kind of protect the cards from being damaged if they rattle around through shipping, so I'm guessing that's okay. I'll probably remove that, and in future, even if we remove it, I don't think the rattling would cause too much damage. The back is really arresting. I didn't expect this back. I don't know if I've seen it. I follow through this whole production process. I was so excited for this deck and also the White Newman Tarot that is coming out later this year or early 2021. But I don't think I've ever seen the backs or commented on them, but they are such a fiery orange. Interesting. I wouldn't have seen this coming. I know purple and orange, or purple and yellow. Is it purple and yellow? Purple and yellow are complementary colors, but I didn't see such a vibrant one because this is such a pastel kind of impression, you know, that I have of this deck. taking out that cardboard thing now. Oh, it was glued. Whoops. I think it was not supposed to be taken out. I don't know. I don't know if I screwed up here, but anyway, I don't want this in my deck. So what happened when I pulled that out? Whether maybe it's my fault, I don't know, but I don't know if you can see, but inside it pulled out a bit of the coating, which is fine. I don't really care about what's inside this one. I think it's really an extra mile that they have this. But yeah, it's confusing to have this in this box because I don't know if it was meant to be there or meant to be taken out. And because it is kind of janky looking, I removed it. Should be fine. And this is the little white book. And it's a hardcover little white book. I appreciate that. And the binding seems pretty sound. It is in color. And what I like most about this kind of colored little white books is that it's real paper, so you can make notes on it. I really don't like little white books that are glossy. I know they say glossy paper makes the cards or the art inside the book look better, but I feel like these little white books are not for looking at the art. It's more about making notes, writing down your understanding of the tarot deck. So I like this version better than glossy kind of paper like in the Mary L. For example, the Visions Tarot, the huge art book, it's glossy paper. I think that kind of makes sense because it is the art book, but that tiny little white book, I hope it's not in glossy paper. Okay, the edges are silver, but this is only for limited edition, okay? The non-limited edition, the regular copy, will not have this silver gilding. Okay, I just want to make that clear. As for the cardstock, I think it should be similar, but I'm going to check in with Liminal 11 so I can write it down in the description box below on how similar the cardstock between this and the mass market version is. The cards are glossier than I expected. I kind of wished they kept it more matte, but that again is a preference, right? I prefer matte cards compared to glossy cards because taking photos will be easier. I do read for clients, so having a matte cardstock will be easier to take photos of, taking videos of, whereas a glossy one is harder because there's always the reflection. At the same time, I understand why they did that, because glossy cardstock tends to keep the colors better. So you can see the full. Okay, anyway, I think I talked more than enough like this. I'm going to turn the camera around, back up, so you can actually look at each card without my distracting face. Okay, so you guys, I'm going to change it now. Okay guys, because I had to repack and everything and just make sure everything is nice and dandy, this is the tin, this is the bag. I'm placing all of this at the side because I already shown it to you, but I want to just spread out this beautiful cloth and then we can see how this cloth works with the deck as well. This is the extra book here, and we can open up this tarot deck again. I would just put it back into its box so you can see that it rattles. Because I took out that cardboard insert, it really depends on whether you want to do it or not. I did it, so I will have to commit to my choice. The Knight. This is a new card. I will definitely look through the instruction booklet when we come to that. And let's go through the cards here. This is the Fool card, and I really like it because she is also walking off the cliff. This is a very typical Fool, very RWS. The dog is biting onto their pants. There's an androgyny with this figure, and I like that. The Magus. I like this Magus as well because it has the representation of all four suits. This is very RWS. Androgyny again. A lemniscate in their hand instead of above them. Really interesting. No table. So this probably takes away that the trickster nature of the magician, you know. The charlatan magician, it's not in this card itself. I like the halo around the head. Yeah, I like this card. The High Priestess, you don't see her eyes. And then there's this little door. That's so interesting. So instead of a door behind her, the door is towards her heart. And then there's also the usual pomegranate, the crescent. I think this is pretty typical of RWS, so I do appreciate that. I'm excited to see when she deviates from the RWS. But I'm really excited about this deck because I don't have the Modern Witch, just because I wanted more male representation. I feel like this is sort of that same vein, and it has actually male representation in this deck. The Empress. This is a different Empress from what we have seen, but beautiful, a Venus symbol. Again, like the RWS. She's breastfeeding, so she's not pregnant. To be honest, pregnant Empresses, I feel, are a bit tired. I really like this when she's already nurturing a creature, you know? Not in her womb, but actually outside of her womb, she's doing that nurturing. There's that rain that comes down. Okay, interesting. I like this. I'm just noticing that there is this sun behind all of them, except for this one. Maybe this is the sun? I don't know. Maybe because she's representing the moon. Anyway, let's move on. The Empress. The Emperor. This is interesting. There's a little calf here who is sleeping against his shield. And this is new to me. I have never seen the Emperor holding that. Let's take a quick look at the instruction booklet and see if there are further insights. Okay, I kind of like this interpretation. There is a authority that you can trust. Sometimes when most of us, who are progressive, when we see the Emperor, we feel that kind of toxic masculinity. I guess this little calf is just showing you that this is an Emperor. Even though he fights battles, he's wearing a skull on his head, he does nurture. He comes with a good heart. He's someone you can trust, and that's really interesting. I like this interpretation of the Emperor. The Hierophant, I really like this card. Oh my god. Okay, so in the 4 corners, there are the ones that are in the world. So that's really interesting that she has used this instead in the Hierophant. But I really like how his body is part of the scene. Oh, this is a beautiful card. I really like this card. The Lovers, I really like this card also. You can see that there are many lovers and many gardens. And even in these gardens, they are overlaying with the same angel again and again. The Chariot, this is one of my birth cards that I always look at when I'm ordering a deck, and I really like this interpretation. What is very important to me in the Chariot is really, the black and white, and you're in control, that kind of holding, and they have that basics down, which is so important to me, and yet they have set another kind of mystic tone with the symmetry. If you cut it right down in the center, there's the kind of symmetry. The eyes open in this lion and the eyes are closed in this one. He also has his closed eye, so I don't know if there's some sort of symbolism here that I should take note of. The strength is also has a lion, of course. This is really a typical strength. The lion here looks pretty fierce. And I'm a bit confused about the hand in the mouth, to be honest. Why is because in the traditional, I guess, Marseille and other, maybe other decks, the woman is usually trying to pry the mouth open. Otherwise, in RWS, there isn't any mouth kind of thing. She's petting the lion and the lion's treating her well. In the Thoth, she is lust. She's always riding the lion. So I don't know where this kind of imagery comes from, where she's calmly placing her hand in the lion's mouth. I don't know where that comes from. The Hermit. A lot of people like this card. I don't particularly like this Hermit, to be honest, just because of how formless the Hermit's face is. I guess there is a reason to it. I don't know why though. There is also a planet that is reminiscent of Saturn, and I don't really see Saturn with the Hermit. That's why I don't really gel with this card as much, even though it is the cover art of the box. But it's okay. It's a Hermit I definitely can work with. One thing I like so far about the deck that I haven't talked about is about how drawn, how like hand-drawn the borders look. I like that. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this also has the 4, the same 4. It's in the same order. This is the correct order, so yep, it's in the same order. Interesting. I guess it's gonna be a motif. A happy face and a frowning face. I don't really enjoy this Wheel of Fortune as well. It's okay, it's doable, it's manageable. Oh, this is great. Justice is great. Why I like this Justice is because now you have a human here waiting for judgment, and I really like that idea. Judgment being so huge and big and imposing compared to how it's in the RWS when it's just a still figure sitting there looking like, human-sized. This really feels imposing. You can't see Justice's eye, so you don't know how they're gonna judge in the end. It's so interesting. I like this card. The Hanged One. I like this because it seems like a dryad, It's an interesting take on the Hanged One, and I like the reflection in the water. Death. This is pretty traditional. I like this. I also like that there's a lot of water because Death is Scorpio in the RWS, so it kind of makes sense to have so much water around. So I really like this one. To be honest, I wish this Death was more smiley, reaping humans along the way. Yeah, the horse is running fast. I like this. I like this card. Temperance. This is so interesting. I've never seen Temperance done this way. I honestly don't know how I feel about it, because Temperance here looks so relaxed, and they're using their foot. Are these his wings? Oh, interesting. I'm going to take a look at the guidebook. I'm flipping through just because I'm just trying to see if there is more explanation on the symbolism that they use in the deck. Why the eagle? Why the lion? I don't see that there. Maybe it's in the other little book. I don't think so. So these are some of the things I kind of wish were in little white books. At the same time, I also understand it's a bit tiring for the artist to explain every single inspiration they have, and I definitely can work with this card. I like this card. I like the symmetry in the lovers and the devil in the RWS, and this is also seen here. There are some horns in this boy's head, and these are all like chained figures, so I really enjoy this card. I think it makes sense, and I enjoy the symmetry. I really like the tower. Before I got this deck, this was the one that really enamored me to this deck. Can you imagine God being a little child and not knowing what they're doing and ruining things that could harm others but they don't know? I have that feeling from this card, you know, where a mess comes out of nowhere because people didn't expect it to become or get to this level. The star. Again, very typical. I think this is very RWS. The moon. Quite RWS. I kind of miss the little lobster that calls out. I like the moon's face, like crying, and I love the mountains, the women being mountains holding hands. The sun. I am not into naked babies riding horses, so I do appreciate the presence of naked babies, but still in the garden. And I'm just wondering whether this woman is actually this child and she's thinking about her past or something like that. Judgment. I like this card. I really appreciate the approach of nature in this deck so far. The hangman being part of the tree, now the angel also being part of the tree, and that's why I think in the instructional booklet we saw something about how the answers lie in the trees. This is a very nature-based deck. Maybe it could go well with a deck for wonder walking, for example. The universe. Yep, again the 4, which I appreciate. Why I'm pausing here is just because I'm thinking how I feel. I don't know how I feel about the vines all over her body, because I always feel like the universe or the world should be free. I don't know if this is freedom, having all these vines around them. So the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, and the universe has all those fixed signs around them. I wonder if there's any significance to that. Tilly Walden, Liminal 11, let us know. Tell us about that. I don't know. Earlier, before I go on to the suits, I want to show you the 2 extra cards that I was sort of aware was coming, but I didn't really take a look because I wanted my impressions to be fresh. And I really like the symmetry between these cards. Gosh. I'm not one who usually uses extra cards in the deck, but I do feel like this could be something to try. I'm going to take a look at the instructional booklet because there must be a reason why I wouldn't use the sun and the moon, or you know, or the lovers and the devil to represent these. What do these mean? What do these extra cards mean? So they don't talk about the extra cards here? At the bottom, yeah. The morning greets you with a dim light. This card reflects the chance to start over, the chance to rise into the day a little bit stronger than yesterday. Interesting about beginnings. The night comes when you need it most. It slows down the clock for you. Understand. Take the time you need. It's a new beginning. I feel like this is a lighter version of the Fool. It's not a complete reset, but it's a small reset. If you need that small reset, it is there for you. The Knight is more about taking time for yourself. Okay, I appreciate this, and I do enjoy that explanation in the little white book. And I'm going to show you the suits separately. So I'm going to tease them out. Torches. Cups. Swords. And pentacles. Interesting that she changed to torches from wands when everything else is untouched. Why torches? Maybe... Oh gosh, guys. Again, with my bad luck with filming, it's gonna start raining and you probably will hear some thunder in the background. I hope you can still hear me well. Okay. The cards do feel a bit slippy, but that means it's probably easier to shuffle, just not so good to stack and stand all by themselves. I'm going to look at the little white book to see if they changed, why they changed the torches. Okay, I've taken a look at through the torches. I don't really see a reason for changing the name of torches. I guess maybe just visually there is flames instead of just no flames. So I'm guessing that's the reason. But let's look at all the aces. So beautiful. I like the traditional imagery of the hand, but what she adds to this is that kind of dreamer quality. This is definitely called the Cosmic Slumber Tarot for a reason, and I do feel like all these are people in their pajamas, in their dreams, you know, just looking. So they look so small compared to the bigness of the dream, the largeness of that dream, you know, the cosmic consciousness. So nice. I really like the background for the swords. I kind of like pink, this kind of vivid pink for cards, and I don't really see that often enough. So I want to call that out. The Ace of Pentacles with the greenery. Perfect backing. The twos. The Two of Swords. Wow, this is such a different Two of Swords that I'm used to, because the Two of Swords usually is like looking out of your boundary, thinking about what you want to do with your life. This kind of brings it down to a decision. What decision are you going to make? Are you going to take left or are you going to take right? This is one of the first deviations I've seen in this deck. Two of Cups, love, romance. I like this. Very simple. The Two of Swords. All these people are in their pajamas, guys. All these are dreamers. And most of their eyes are closed so far. So we want to take notice of people who have their eyes open. Two of Swords again, almost blindfolded. You can see a hint of their eyes, but they are pretty blindfolded. I guess this is also like learning how to say no, you know, setting that boundary. This is so interesting. I like this version where we're seeing it from the back instead of seeing it from the front. Two of Pentacles, this person have their eyes wide open. They are balancing, they're throwing. You can see the lemniscate in the wind here. The Three of Torches, another one that I really appreciate that deviates from the RWS. Wow. Watching what you have done, you know, what have you launched out? I like that kind of space that they have. Three of Cups, I really like this also. Friendship, learning how to gather things together. I'm going to take a look at the instructional booklet. So you can see that the minors are kind of more simple than the majors, which has a page all on their own. This is the Three of Cups. Success and joy, there has been a victory in your life, allow yourself to celebrate it. So they don't really explain the imagery again. But I do feel like the sense of celebration, there's a sense of prediction, like they knew the rain would come here. So with your friends, you know, you can tell your future better, learning from each other, learning from experience from each other's experiences. I like that. Three of Swords. This actually gives me more of a Four of Swords feel. This doesn't give me that kind of visceral feeling of the Three of Swords where the heart is being pierced. At this point in time, I don't know how to interpret this apart from this one sword piercing their back. Yeah, I don't see the heartbreak because they seem like in a peaceful slumber. I don't know how to interpret this one. The Three of Pentacles. I also do not interpret this one because most of it has been RWS so far, so there could be a different meaning for this one. When I see a Three of Pentacles, I think about teamwork. I guess there are some smoke signals. This person is like probably telling them what they want to hear. So there's that kind of teamwork there, that kind of communication. You know, I don't know. I need to really use it more to understand this card better. The Four of Torches. Again, the Four of Torches, I usually see a wedding or some sort of party, some sort of stability. I don't know what this is trying to express. So I think in the minors, this is where the cards deviate the most and becomes interesting. It becomes a deck that you want to dive in more. For me, the minors are really the heart of every deck, so I am really interested. The Four of Torches is comfort and completion. This is the RWS meaning, but I don't really see that here. What has she completed? You know? What has she done? Is it an REM cycle that she has completed? I don't know. The Four of Cups, I like this Four of Cups because they are holding onto the cup. You know? Most of the Four of Cups, you see someone else coming to you with the cup. In your sleep, you might be holding on to the opportunity already in your hand. It's already there, but you're not looking at it. I like this interpretation of the Four of Cups. So I like deviations that, you know, make sense to me on the first try. Of course, I enjoy working with decks, but I have to admit when there are decks that I don't really see or don't really understand, the Four of Swords is about rest. I see that very clearly here. The Four of Pentacles, it's about stinginess, a bit of more self-care, holding back, and I see it here. I like the red tree here. They feel like it's grasping at the sleeper, the person who is dreaming. The Five of Torches, every man for themselves, climbing this rocky hill. The Five of Cups. I enjoy this Five of Cups because it's different from the rest where, you know, there's already spilled cups, but he's looking into every cup to see what's there, what's missing. Is there anything that is not there? Am I missing the water? What he's missing? Oh my god, I just had a revelation, okay? Every cup should have water in them. He's looking into the cup as if there's no water left, but he's missing out on the great waves right in front of him, you know? The waves that actually have the water. He's missing out on that. Amazing, I like this card. The Five of Swords. I don't really see any kind of defeat here, which I usually see in the Five of Swords. But I do see some kind of separation. So maybe this card is more about separation mentally. people that are looking at each other but they are unable to come to terms. The Five of Pentacles. Someone who is out on the outs, trying to find their way back. I can sort of identify with this because I think about my nightmares, where I can't find out, I can't find where I want to go. Yeah, this strikes hard. Now we move on to the sixes, the six of torches. I like this because the Five of Torches were them climbing up. And this is victory, someone who has climbed up all the way and have made it. So I do enjoy this one. I think this one makes sense. There's a sense of climbing also here. I think these are a lot of things that happen in our dreams, all these fantastical elements. The Six of Cups, I enjoy this. This is so cute. Look at the little fish. They're so cute. Okay, Six of Cups is about nostalgia, but I don't know, this doesn't give me a sense of nostalgia. There's a feeling of something fantastic happening, something out of this world might happen, something that you might have dreamed of as a child. Maybe that kind of interpretation would work more. The Six of Swords is about movement, about traveling, sometimes with burdens. In this case, this person is holding on to a child. I usually see that in the RWS, so it's pretty similar, but there is a sense of burden that's more present here. His hand is against a sword, so I don't know how safe that is. Yeah, there's a sense of a bit of a dangerous journey here. The Six of Pentacles, someone asking for money. So this is really typical of the RWS. I just wish we could see this person. This pose makes me think of also the Magician in the RWS, because as above, so below. The Seven of Torches. I like this one because I can feel that disembodied nature of these wands trying to attack him, and he's holding on to one of them, trying to wave the rest off. I like this card. This one I don't really get. Seven of Cups. Because Seven of Cups is really about illusion. I don't really see illusion here. I kind of see a person who's kind of enjoying being drowned. So like a person who enjoys work, a person who enjoys feeling emotionally really fulfilled, a lot of emotional intensity. Let's see if they tell us the traditional RWS meaning. Okay, this is interesting. This is different from the RWS, which is about illusions, about choices. This is about creativity and energy, and the potential is around, as a light around you. Harness it. Okay, that makes sense because, like I said, emotional intensity, they like being surrounded and being drowned by this emotional intensity. This person is actually looking for creativity and they're being surrounded by it. All she has to do is open her eyes and take a look, or breathe it in. Even though it's water, this is a dream, you can breathe it in. The Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords are always seen as a kind of a swift card because it's some sort of a betrayal or stealing. Let's take a look at the guidebook and see. Caution and wariness. Okay, so instead of putting yourself as a person who is the smart person, stealing something, taking something away, here you are the person who is not willing to let someone take away your things. You're in a cautious kind of mood. You should be cautious. And it kind of makes sense. Wouldn't be the one how I read the Seven of Swords typically, but I really enjoy this interpretation where they change the perspective. She does remind me of how I was during the basic military training when I was hugging my rifle throughout the whole night because I was so afraid someone would take it. The Seven of Pentacles. This is like a reverse question mark. So in a way, I do feel that reverse question mark, the kind of waiting, is something going to happen? Am I going to see what I want to see? Is what I'm hoping for coming up again? I don't know. The Eight of Torches. I like this. There is that kind of speed here. That kind of movement. With all the trailing smoke, this is a very good card. Eight of Cups, again leaving. I don't really enjoy the cups being in water. I always seen Eight of Cups as moving away from a project you've been working on, things you have been already working on. Because when you see the Eight of Cups in the RWS, you see it looks incomplete. Change and beginnings. To get what you want, you need to go down a new path. Okay, I like that. I kind of like that. The Eight of Cups, the railings of the previous path in the water he was walking on, but now he's chosen to go on land. So that kind of makes sense once I read the Little White Book. Okay, so even though the Little White Book is pretty brief, it doesn't really draw the lines for you from the art symbols to the meaning. I do think it is important to have a read at this. Again, this video is a first impression, so I wouldn't be the most knowledgeable about all the symbols here. The Eight of Swords, blindfolded. Being able to cut it off because she's clearly holding on to two swords competently. She's in a battle stance, but she's not cutting it off, and she's choosing to blind herself for some reason. Eight of Pentacles, I like this Eight of Pentacles because it shows a growth, a kind of a balancing act, work being put in. At the same time, it is very precarious versus the skills that you gain elsewhere. So this is kind of a precarious kind of gain. The Nine of Torches, I like this. It does feel like an avalanche is coming and she's ready to protect herself. The Nine of Cups, very interesting. This artist really plays, Tilly Walden really plays with the perspective here. I wonder if there's something about the color of the water where she is submerged in versus the color of the water elsewhere. I will always read the Nine of Cups as the wish card, so I don't know if that really fits this imagery, but that's how I wish it. I guess because she's facing the sun and moving towards the sun. It is not the self-satisfied man in the RWS any longer. There is that sort of goal, and that is so close that you can see it, kind of nature to this card. The Nine of Swords. This reminds me of the Three of Swords that we saw earlier, where it pierces just a little in the back. I don't really see the Nine of Swords as something that pierces the heart. I wish it pierced the head in a way, because it's more about anxiety. This looks more sorrowful, you know? So I don't know if I enjoy this card as much. The Nine of Pentacles. I like this card. I wish that was a bird of prey. I am always picky about those that... I mean, if you want to do RWS, or deviate more. I'm sorry guys, I'm so wishy-washy. Anyway, good card. I like a single woman enjoying her singlehood. Ten of Torches. You don't really see the struggling nature, the overburdened person that you see in the Ten of Torches elsewhere. There could be a reason why. Let's take a look. Pressure and responsibilities. There are new weights on your shoulders, but do not let them be a burden. So interesting. You see, this is not an overburdened person. It's not going to tell you that you're going to be overburdened. This gives you more hope. The Cosmic Slumber is a deck that kind of tries to give you more hope. It's something you can handle, you know, this new responsibility. Just pick it up and take it and walk with it. The Ten of Cups. I love this Ten of Cups. I really enjoy that everything has been the water. Oh my god, the quartz, guys. The quartz look so good. The Ten of Swords. I like this. I really like this Ten of Swords, guys. Even when in reality you are being pressured to do so much, you're so overburdened, you know, sleep can always help you fly. Sleep is always important. Don't overwork yourself. Rest is something that is super important. Don't overwork yourself. I really like this interpretation. This is the same person, being trapped and then being free. You know, find the freedom you have amongst the responsibilities that you find yourself being surrounded by. The Ten of Pentacles. This is so different. This is so different, and I really like this interpretation. Oh gosh, I really like this. There is the sense of home with the bed. There is a sense of wonderment, being their own home, having that kind of contentment, lying down, stability and rewards. Yeah, I see that here. And then let's look at the princesses. I really like the princesses, guys. Also, princesses is a Thoth thing, but I don't think this is a Thoth deck because you see, you can see that the kings are still kings, so they are not knights like the Thoth. I have a feeling this is more trying to go in the vein of you know, dreams. I think in Neil Gaiman's Sandman, there is a character called Barbie, and she has always wanted to be a princess in her dream, and I feel this in this deck now, and I really appreciate that. The Princess of Torches, she's barefoot, she's walking over fire. I like the cat behind her. Beautiful. She's so dynamic, you know, she's gung-ho, she's gonna go for it. The Princess of Cups, beautiful swan. She's humble, she put her crown down, you know, to feed the swan a drink. The Princess of Swords. I really like this princess. They are also dynamic, the princesses, except maybe for the Princess of Pentacles, which makes sense. She is the earth of the earth, right? She is the most grounded, she's the most real of the tarot. The Prince of Torches, oh, the cat is so cute. I'm so happy that she included the black cat in all the court cards. The black cat is always a highlight to me in the Queen of Wands, so I'm happy she brought it in every single court card in the torches or the wands here. The Princess of Cups with his goldfish. I like this. The Prince of Swords. Oh, this is the first card that has blood. They also have the wings. I love the wings. I love how the wings are drawn. The Prince of Pentacles. This is so cute. This prince is so cute. A little boy, again with a sleeping buffalo or sleeping ox. I like that. Queen of Torches. Amazing. One of the cards that I always look at, and I see two cats here. She's definitely a nurturer. She's taking care of the little kitten, but at the same time she has already reared, you know, that big cat. I'm just thinking, these are they the same people? Are they the same people? Because they look pretty similar in their coloring. So you can see that this could be ostensibly the same person. Then maybe I should go to the King of Swords first, with the same cats and the same torch that has been growing all along. So I guess in dreams, you know, these figures are all androgynous, even though they're called princess and queen. You can be a princess, you can be a prince, you can be a king, you can be a king, you can be anything you want in a dream. I like that. The crown is also growing. The prince doesn't have a crown, that's so interesting. But you can see they are the same person in the torches. And I feel like it might be the same for the Princess of Cups also. Let me quickly show you the queen. And the king. I love this king. This king is so cute. This king is so chill. I really like this king. Gosh, and all the fish. He is so chill. You can really see this as the same person. You can see them as a family. I don't know. The Princess of Cups becoming the Prince of Cups, becoming the Queen of Cups, and then becoming finally the King of Cups, who is really chill, super chill. Let's see if this happens for the rest. The Princess of Swords, they do have the same determined face, but they look a little different. The Queen of Swords also has blood on her, and those eyes behind. Wow, I just noticed them. That kind of shocked me a little. And the King of Swords, and now the eyes are on his chest. Amazing. The same wings throughout. Here there's a bit of a separation because this guy's hair is black. So I do feel like these colorings don't work as one person, but I could be wrong. The same thing also doesn't really go with this Princess of Pentacles because the Prince of Pentacles is ostensibly younger. So I don't know if the same person kind of a thing works. This seems more like a family. But the Queen of Pentacles with her sleeping ox, she's also closing her eyes. There's a sense of empathy between them and the ox. Oh, I love this. And now the ox has become part of him. That giving thanks to nature, you know? Learning from animals. Oh, I love this card. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the deck and let you know how it shuffles. I have not cleansed or consecrated this deck yet, but I just wanted to shuffle and show you guys. Okay, the gilding is pretty nice. It is super easy to shuffle, guys. This deck is super easy to shuffle. I don't think it's a surprise because it's so glossy. Yeah, but I have no problem shuffling this. I'm going to try riffle shuffling it now. That would tell whether the deck is a bit too thick or not. How bendy is the deck? Does it have a bowl? These are questions I ask. Okay, they are a bit tough, but it's still very doable. Okay, I do enjoy this cardstock. I think it's okay. I just wish it was matte and not glossy, but I think I complained about that enough. Okay, it's easy. It's pretty easy. A few more shuffles and we can do a test reading. Okay, let's do a test reading from the little white book here. They do have some spreads that we can try. Okay, so of what does the universe dream? This seems really interesting because you look through the deck for the universe, and then we can just do a quick high-level reading for everyone. Can we have a reading for the collective, please? Of what the universe dreams for the collective. Of what the universe dreams for the collective. See, getting my fingers around it is not easy. I think it's because I didn't split it as equally as before. Of what does the universe dream? Okay, I'm going to take a look at the universe and take a look and find the universe. Why, when you're trying to find something, it takes so long to find? Okay, the universe is here. I found it. So 1, 2, universe, prince, lovers. In the morning. Oh gosh, I got a card that I just found out about. But what a beautiful spread, guys. Right, doesn't it look good? So, underlying history, recent concerns, the universe, immediate aims, long-term goal. sometimes we had underlying history, we didn't really have much choice in a lot of things that we have done this year, a lot of things that we have had to make hard choices on or no choice at all and we had to head on. Recent concerns is that we want to really start a new beginning. We don't need to start off with the Fool, but we need that kind of fresh take. I think everyone is waiting for 2020 to be over, and this is kind of echoing that recent concerns here. The universe, immediate aim. I think a lot of us just want to make sure that we can take care of ourselves and the economy gets back to normal. Make sure that, you know, we take care of our friends and family, making sure that all of us have enough to tide our immediate needs. And then looking at the Lovers and number 5, long-term goal, I guess we all want to fill the world with love still and recover from all the scars that 2020 has taken us through. Okay, I hope this was an interesting reading. I'm going to place a few more cards so that you guys can have a look at how this deck looks together. Pretty nice, guys. Huh? So let me know what you think of this walkthrough. Let me know what you think of these cards. It was a pretty long one because I had a lot of things to go through and all the extras to show you. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough and let me know if you have any questions about this deck. I'm more than happy to answer them. And you guys have a great rest of the day. You take care. Bye!